Hello, friend. Namaste to everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel called Bhat Yoga. It has been a while. I haven't uploaded any video in my channel, so I'm sorry for that. Today, I am going to explain the different aspect of pranayam. We have heard the pranayam, a common name, pranayam, but I'm going to throw a light about the different aspects or physiological or anatomical aspect of pranayam. As we know that the pranayam comes as a fourth order in the eight limbs of yoga. The eight limbs of yoga are yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, dharana, dhyan, and samadhi. So before going to pranayam, we have to observe yam, niyam, and asan. So I'm going to explain briefly what are the yam and niyams. There are five yams and five niyams. Yams are basically your ethical discipline towards other, and niyams is your personal discipline. So the five yams are satya or truthfulness, ahimsa, non-violence. The third one is aparigraha or non-stealing. And fourth is brahmacharya or celibacy. And fifth is aparigraha or hoarding, non-hoarding or non-greediness. And then your niyam is uh, Sauch, the cleanness. Santosh is your contentness. And the tap, the austerity, like doing different austerity for your personal upliftment. And then swadhyay, the study of your spiritual scriptures. And last one is Ishwar Paridhan, means surrender to the Almighty God. So after that is the asanas. Different asanas are a different type of yogic posture, and then comes the pranayama. So before going to pranayam, you have to observe these three limbs. Then you can advance in the pranayam if you want to go the scientific way to achieve the pranayam. Otherwise, there's no point. You are not achieving the real benefits of the pranayam if you are not following the first three limbs of the yoga, eight limbs of yoga. So when it comes to pranayam, if you see the word pranayam, if you break down the word pranayam, it is pran plus ayam. Pran means your life energy or your breath. Ayam is extension. So that means the extension of your breath is called pranayam. Unfortunately, when the child is born, when we grow up, we already forget the actual real the techniques of taking breath. If you observe the newborn baby, how his stomach goes up and down, that's called diaphragmic breathing. And how many of us take this sort of breathing? That's called diaphragmic breathing, like slowly breathe in and breathe out. So as we grow up, we forgot this type of breathing. Now, I explained that what is pranayam means we have to take slow breathing and slow breathe out. Now I'm going to explain the what the if we take inhale the oxygen, what happens inside. Before explaining that, I want to explain that how our lungs are. So to understand the how our lungs are or how three dimensional our lungs are, I will ask you to put the little bit small exercise. Put your hand here and one hand this area, and you keep breathing. Long breathe. Breathe more, 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 until you feel the air is filled this area, the clavicular area, and you will realize that if you keep on breathing, you will realize that air is filling this area as well. So that means our lungs are not only situated in this area, however, it is situated is this area. So there are five lobes. The right has three lobes and left area has two lobes. So we can say that God has given us five big oxygen cylinder, but it is up to us to fill these cylinders with the oxygen so that that oxygen can be used different life functions. Friends, we have seen the importance of oxygen during the COVID time. Some people they can't get the oxygen, so they died during the COVID period. So that's why it is breath is so important, and breath is important, but it is also important how we in taking the breath, the techniques of breath. That is so important. So to learn the importance of the breath, we say that when a child is born, we first check his breath, whether it is breathing or breathing normal. Then we see, oh, this child is safe. Similarly, when uh, we are about to die, we check the breath, whether breath is still on or not. So that's why the breath is your life. But unfortunately, uh, we concentrate more on lifestyle like shopping or eating and other activities rather than focusing on the breath, which is the God has given the air, free air, and God has given the three-dimensional the lungs. There is a research that the we can live without food at least 15 or 20 days without food, and with water maximum we can live 5 to 10 days. And imagine if you can't get the oxygen, or for maybe 5 minutes we cannot survive, we feel choked. So that's why the pranayam is the most important part of your yoga. So now it comes the what happens when we take the breath inside. What happens? So when inhale, if we get inhale the long breath. So breath, it is when it goes towards from this area, the automatic nervous system functions, and it turns the simple oxygen to different type of life energy or pranas. Mainly there are five main pranas and five then sub pranas, which are responsible for different type of system in the body. So I will first explain what are the five main pranas. These are pran, apan, saman, udan, and dhyan. The pran, when the oxygen goes to this area, first it turns to five different pranas as I explained to you. The first one is pran. Pran is life energy, which is the it works between this area and that area, which is responsible for your whole respiratory system. Then comes to the apan. Apan is from your navel area to your NS. So that's life energy of that apan is responsible for your excretory system. That is disposal of any the which is not required in the body, like in forms of stool, and urine. So that is for the detoxification of the body. Then comes the saman. Saman is situated between navel and your heart area. That is responsible for your digestive system. And then another is called udan. Udan is from this area to your this area. Udan is a very important, the life energy, and many yogi, they use their mystic powers with the help of udan. What they do, they leave their physical body behind, and using the udan prana, they can go outside and enter somewhere and then come back in their enters their physical body. So it requires a lot of practice. That is only possible by doing very advanced the yogis. They got some mystic power, that's called udan. And then Byan is responsible for your circulating, like taking the blood all over the body and taking the air to different part of the cells. So that is called Byan. And there are some five pranas which are responsible for your hunger, sneezing, sleeping, and your like burping, different types. And one of the pranas or sub prana is called uh, Dhananjay. Dhananjay is lingers before, before the death. And they say, we say that, sometimes your eyes this burst up, or sometimes we have some diarrhea while the person died. That means the prana, that prana goes towards their soul, goes that through that area, through that way. So that's called the 10 main pranas. So at the simple, the breathing is so important. It turns into the main life force of your body. So that was the little bit information about the breath. Now I will explain how to breathe, how to take the pranayam, different type of pranayams. As we all know, there are different videos or available in the YouTube, and different yoga practitioners do. But I will explain the which I adopt for doing the pranayama. First of all, I explain that the pranayama means you have to extend your breath time. So there are three types of three stages of the pranayama, which is called kumbhak, purak, kumbhak, and recha. Purak means you are you are filling your lungs, which is called like. So in order to do pranayama, you can make this mudra is called nasika mudra, and take this thumb here, and slowly, like I as I explained, that the pranayama means you have to take slow breath. You feel that stomach is filled up with air, and if you take out this slowly, there are then again, this is called simple inhale and exhale, or you call anulom or bilom, and alternative nostril breathing. Now if you combine with retention of a breath, that has got many folds benefit, like how we use the dam, we just collect all the water in certain area, and then you utilize wherever it is required. Similarly, that's that is similarly, we have called some locks inside while taking the breath. These are the different locks, which is one, we inhale fully. So what you do, you block this area. This area is called jalandhar. And if you close your ns area, that's called root lock. You lock, so you are locking, you contract your ns, so that you are blocking the air going from inside. So what you do, you inhale, long inhalation, then first you lock contract your anus, then lock this area. Then you close. You can hold as long as, then release slowly. Now, what happens if you have stop, you have blocked the nose for a long time, you have tried to stop the breath inside, then the tendency will be slowly, quickly release the air. But the yoga says that this in this intake, the retention of the breath, the intake of the breath should be this in the ratio of 1 is to 4 is to 2. That means if you are taking like 10 second, if you are taking 10 count or 10 second, you are inhaling from the next cell. That means you have to hold like 4 times. Like if you're taking 10 times or counting 10 times, so you have to hold 40 counts and then release 20 counts. So that is the ideal ratio. But what happens when you try to block, then like this, your body natural tendency is to blow the air quickly because you have hold it for a long time. But for the yoga practitioner, it is said that you have to use 1 is to 4 is to 2. But this ratio doesn't come straight away. It is comes through many practicing for a long time, then it happens. So again, there is again the holding breath inside. The kumbhak is one kumbhak is holding the breath inside, another kumbhak is holding the breath outside. So when you have inhaling the breath, then you hold 4 times, then you release twice, 2 times. So that is normal, but it is you have to start slowly. First, you don't have to hold, just breathe in, breathe out, then slowly turn 1 count. First, start from 1 count and breathe out 1 count. Then try one, inhale 1 count. Then try to release in 2 counts slowly. Then try to hold one like this. You have to increase, gradually increase as long as your practice goes up. So now there is, as I explained, that there is a holding of breath outside. What happens when you take the breath and you hold by locking your root lock, contracting the anus, and your the throat lock, Jalandhar one, and now you're releasing breath. So you have released all the breath like this. Your stomach is going in. So you release all the breath. Then what you do, you try to contract your anus and your navel, which is called Udiyan Ban. No, this is called Jalandhar Ban. This is called Udiyan. Then you are applying 3 locks here, here, and here. Then you close this. That is called Bahyukumbha. You are holding the breath by taking all the oxygen from your body. Then you inhale. So it is more difficult because your body doesn't have any oxygen. So now what happens when you have hold it for a long time, then your body takes the oxygen as much as, because it works as a like a suction. Then it will fill up your whole lungs. Then again this. So this is called one kind of pranayama. Another kind of pranayama is, as you already know, Bhastika. taking the breath out. Normally, it is said that you have to take like 1 second, one stroke. But if your body is healthy, you can take as like in 3, 4 strokes in 1 second. The another is Ujjayi. Contract your throat and try to take and hold using the locks, hair lock, Jalandhar, and your root lock. Then release from right nostril. Then your the Onkar, sit in a lotus pose or any meditation pose. Inhale. This you can do by chanting Om word, or you can chant in like uh, 3 letters, like this. The another one is called Brahmari. So in order to do Brahmari, you have to close your eyes with the index finger, then both nostrils with middle finger, and close the lips with your ring finger and little finger, and close your ears with the thumbs. Inhale and humming sound. This is called Sadmukhi Mudra. That means you are closing your six senses, like 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, and your mouth, 2 ears, and your mind, because you are concentrating on the humming sound. So this gives a very relaxing and relax. If you are having any insomnia, you do this 3, 4 rounds before sleeping, you will get the very nice sleep. So this was all about the pranayama and what is the definition of pranayama, and what is the benefit of the pranayama, and what are the different types of pranayama, and how to do different types of pranayama. I hope we enjoyed this video. I highly recommend that you follow these techniques in your daily yoga practice. I'm sorry that I could not upload the video for a while due to some personal commitment. But whenever I got time, I just want to educate the society, whatever knowledge I have gained in through yoga practice, so that the whole society and whole world should be healthy. So keep practicing yoga in daily life, and I will see you in next video. Let us see. Till then, goodbye. Stay healthy and remain healthy. Thanks so much.